Testing, testing. Okay, here we are. So, it's the end of the night, and it's been a pretty good day. I had a day off. I went to eat sushi in Austin in the midst of a pandemic, and I've been many times, so fuck every one of you. And it was a carousel sushi place. I've taken photos, and apparently, like, thousands of people have seen these photos on Google Photos. I'll link the reviews and stuff in the description, probably in the morning when I get up. But I just wanted to rant and ramble a little bit for like maybe 5 minutes or so, which I've almost used the first minute of. We'll see what I can do. So I was thinking about different things, and at the end of the night, like I write things down on physical paper because it's a way to help retain the information and organize my thoughts. Because as someone who I believe potentially suffers from ADHD, and I've gone undiagnosed most of my life, I've done this sort of thing most of my life, which is why I've probably not gotten into like a whole lot of trouble. But at the same time, there's certain areas of my life that have definitely suffered from a lack of attention. And if we talk about like what the meaning of quote attention deficit is, it's just like being able to focus on like one thing for long enough to like fully develop something to a certain point, which is why I've not had like a long-term relationship with a female, because I've been too busy fucking grinding on code. But even in the coding department, I haven't like done any one project for like a very, very long amount of time. The longest project that I've been on was Plagueis 365, which we were doing that shit for like 18 months, which I don't even think that shit ever got past anywhere. I wouldn't say that's my fault necessarily, but could say that like there was definitely a lack of planning and a lack of forethought and a lack of development, and it was certainly my first time learning how to do iOS apps. So it was something that definitely got me experience. It got me a foothold. It got me in the door. It got me better opportunities and experiences. And through that, I was able to kind of like go through a period of being a corporate iOS developer, which further led me into a role further down the line as a security pen tester. And that was like a lot closer to what I wanted to do in the first place. But growing up, I learned all this coding stuff to learn how to make games, which is what I'm currently doing now that I'm actually kind of independent-ish and like tutoring, and getting paid, and people are willfully paying me. So it's like if I'm helping people and my code runs, then you can't really say that I don't know what I'm doing or I don't know what I'm talking about. On the same note, you can't also say that like I've got like people in different FANG companies waiting on me to get back to them. And it's like, okay, I'm at a point in my career where I should really be like a senior engineer, but I haven't like stuck with any one low-level, entry-level position long enough to like, get to that point, because I haven't given a fuck about working for any of these stupid companies. All I've cared about is grinding on my skills and learning how to do cool shit. And that's basically all I have the attention for, is stuff that's just like novel. And like past that, like maintaining focus is like a day-to-day thing, and that requires staying organized, which is why I do all this writing and stuff down. So getting back to the point, because I tend to get off tangents again, ADHD, right? Thinking about Jordan Peterson's new book, and one of the particular things in that new list of things that you should be doing is don't do what you hate. And I think this gets back to the ADHD thing. Like, how many people can say that like the job that you work is like fully satisfying, right? Like, I'm in a point in my life right now where I have never been more satisfied with my position, my status, my income, my life's position. It's never been this good before. This is the fucking best it's ever been. Creme de la fucking creme. of life right now, right? So we're doing killer, 5 minutes in, C++ game, it's fucking coming along stellar. Shit is just like on the roll, and like we got that sick flow, we got that stricto. Um, this is Dark Mage. Welcome to Evil Dojo. Do a little fucking tracing ASMR for you right there. Not sure if it looks weird if I'm not like directly looking at the camera lens right here, or if I can kind of just like lazy eye it and just eyeball off to the left. And yeah, it's because like when you look into the camera, like are you like, does people look at the lens, or do they look at like themselves looking at themselves, like that kind of thing. So anyway, side note, don't do what you hate, right? I guess this would be kind of a Sam Hydish life tip kind of vlog thing. Like, there's so many different programming languages out there, right? How does anyone choose which one to learn? And the reality is most people end up learning multiple. But how do you like decide what's going to be your first one? That wasn't a question that I was able to ask when I first started learning how to program. I started with BASIC, and that was all I had access to. And it was like, I was like 10 years old and had like an MS-DOS Tandy machine. And my grandmother got me a book that was like, basically the instruction manual for DOS. And somehow I came to the QBasic command, and like I realized what it was, and I somehow built a calculator within the first few days of messing around with it, and it took a while to figure it out. But like nobody was guiding me. Like this was like, and I wasn't talking out loud. I was just putting stuff together quietly, and there's a very big difference in writing code and learning how to do all this tech stuff vocally versus silently. Like there's a different type of brain activity involved. Like like any real programmer knows the experience of like flying through things, and like anyone who's written more than 100 lines of code in a single day or in a single session, or anyone who's written thousands of lines in a day, certainly there's plenty of us out there. Not to say that 1,000 lines in a day is probably a wise idea, but productivity is not necessarily a measure of like total output, right? Sometimes like if you can make really quality decisions and just get a little bit of things done, and the quality of that little bit of things that you did is like really high quality, then can you not say that that's not like possibly more productive than putting out more energy of like mediocre effort? And so with everything that I do, like program wise, even if it's just like focusing on a really small section, I try not to focus on making huge leaps in any given like setting. Like I try to treat programming like martial arts, and in particular adhd, which is like very precise movements and designed to kind of emulate like ancient Bushido samurai techniques, where you would be in a sitting position and with a single swipe of your blade, kill an enemy that's like coming at you that you may have noticed, and to be able to like do killing motions in single swipes, and that's the level of efficiency that I aim for with my own level of energetic output. And so, two, I think this makes me a good problem solver, because I will come to solutions, whether or not they're optimal, faster than most people. It's just a question of what problems do we want to solve. So, shout outs to everyone who has been hanging out in the game dev streams and the gaming streams. Shout outs to everyone on IRC. Shout outs to everyone IRL. Shout outs to the ladies in particular. I'm looking at y'all, so watch out. gotta get this shit fixed first, because I'm not too impressed with it. But it is what it is. You go through a period, you make some bad decisions, and you make up for it by planning on getting a grill in the future. If I have any goal for this computer science thing, it's for it to give me some gold teeth, because god damn it, I deserve it. Love you guys. Dark Mage out.